This is a brief discussion on the evolution of the soul, what I call the evolutionary imperative, to enable you know why you are here, what you are to do with your life. When we go into Scripture, Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, Scripture says that God created you in His image and likeness. And then God gave you 5 blessings when He commanded you, saying, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion. That blessing, that original blessing, is also a command, demanding of you to be more of all of the qualities and values of your Creator. So that if your Creator is love, peace, wisdom, you are here to be more of that. That was the spiritual man created in God's image and likeness, loaded and coded with the substance of divine goodness. And you have been projected into life to amplify the qualities of your Creator. Then in Genesis 2:7, Scripture said, God breathed you into the clay and you became a living soul. So the first part of your creation is what we may call phase 1 of your evolution. And when you were breathed into form, the spiritual man that you are was breathed into form. That is phase 2 of your evolution. So in both states, you were a spiritual being. In phase 1, you were a spiritual divine idea in the mind of God. In phase 2, you are now incarnating into life, breathed into the dust. Another scripture that may explain this even a bit further is Jeremiah 1:5. It said, before I formed you, I know you. And while you were in the womb, I ordained you. Before I formed you means long before you were even conceived, you were a divine idea in the mind of the creative, love, intelligent universe that we choose to call God. And then you were breathed into the dust of the womb of your mother, still as a spiritual being. Because whilst in the womb, you could move your limbs, you could rotate, you could do things, you could breathe, you could receive nutrients, vitamins, and you were participating in your growth. That is phase 2. So in the phase 2, you were to develop organs, select genes, develop limbs and everything so that you can be born into phase 3. And certainly, you were born into phase 3 when you died to the womb life and you came out of the placenta body into the human life that you are in now, and we call it phase 3. If while you were in phase 2, you did not develop some of your limbs or did not develop some of your organs, you will still be born in phase 3 in a way, fulfilling the same evolutionary command that is demanding of you to be more of the qualities of your Creator. So you are here to evolve. Evolve means you are here to be more. More of love, peace, joy, wisdom, creativity, intelligence. You are simply here to be more of that. And this is your phase 3 life. And whether you like it or not, very soon, you will need to also exit this phase 3 life and be born through the gateways of death into the new life. As I explained earlier, if during phase 2 you did not develop some of your limbs, you may be born handicapped in phase 3, and you will still have to evolve with your states of handicap. Similarly, if you do not develop your spiritual limbs of peace, love, wisdom, joy, care in this phase 3, when you are born into phase 4, into the realms of full spirit, can you imagine what your life will be? Possibly a handicapped spirit. This is what Scripture says about your next phase of evolution that we call the 4th phase. In the book of Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 2 to 4, Scripture says, I know a man in the spirit about 14 years ago, whether in the body or out of the body, I do not know. Such a man was caught up in the third heaven and heard unspeakable things. If there is a third heaven, then obviously there must be first and second, and possibly a fifth, sixth, and thousandth. And this is therefore what happens. In the body or out of the body, some of us have the ability to be out of the body and to know what is happening over there. In the spirit world, the law is birds of the same feathers flock together, likes live together. So that in the spirit world, if what you have cultivated in this human world is a life of envy, anger, hate, jealousy, fear, and the like, you are going to congregate with other souls of like frequencies or vibration. Imagine a world in which you can see the other person's anger, hate against you, and he can also feel and experience your resentment against him. It's worse than hell. Similarly, if you've cultivated in the third phase a soul quality of peace, love, joy, and wisdom, you are going to congregate with like-minded souls, meaning that you're going to experience the generosity, thoughts, kindness, and feelings of one another. And that is a very beautiful, flowery place to be. But it all depends on this phase, this third phase. What are your thoughts, feelings, and actions? Are you thinking, feeling, and acting in ways that is enlarging your soul? The quality of your soul is measured by your ability to withstand even human hurts and pains, and or transform them into success stories of peace, love, and joy. So you do not need to go through life with your sad stories. Those who hurt you are even giving you opportunities to exercise and test the muscles of your spiritual abilities to love, forgive, be kind, be generous, support somebody, be serviceable to another. In this phase 3, you are determining your next phase of evolution. In short, you are creating your heaven or your hell by what you are doing now. So pause, rethink, and make sure that every move in your life is a move that is making you be a positive difference in life. Be the blessings that the world prayed for. Be the answer to your ancestors' prayer. And be the answer to the prayers of the unborn and the yet-to-be-born generations. Everything you do today, everything you say, according to the words of Jesus, every idle word, you have to give an account of it. So that when you gossip maliciously, you have planted seeds of evil in somebody. And those seeds will continue to grow in your soul as well. Whatever you give into this world is all that you will ever have. At the end of your days, nothing that you possess will be yours. Your properties, your spouses, children, your connections and contacts, even your beautiful, handsome body will not be yours. Just what you have become. So seek to become more loving, more kind, more generous. Seek to have a robust, resilient spirit of love, intelligence, and creativity, and make it a supreme blessing, impactful blessing on life. Then, when you are born into the new world through the gates of death, you can be sure what heaven you will enjoy. Peace.